Good morning and welcome back to my channel. We're off eventing today. We're going to Frickley 100 regional finals and I've got both horses going, which is why this intro is multitasking. So I'm getting platted. It's a very civilized day. Donut does not do his dressage and his first on until 1 o'clock. So it's all very strange because it's 9:15. I've not had a 3 a.m. wake up call. I've managed to shower and to go and do some jobs before we get going, but it does mean we're going to finish quite late. So yeah, that's the only downside, and it does feel a little bit strange, but hopefully it'll be quite nice. It's set up to be lovely weather, which is great news, and I'm ever so excited to go. My original entries for this event was to take Maggie to the regional finals because she's got 2 100 regional final tickets, and after her health issues this year it's really made sense just to try and qualify for badminton because we've not got going at novice yet, and last year Donut still got to have a run at novice before he went to badminton, but it gives us a goal and takes the pressure off her moving up the grades quite so quickly, because actually, you know what, I'm just glad for her to be fit and well, and we just want to ease her back in. So she was planned on going here, if providing she was happy and healthy, and then I'd entered Donut for the novice, which would have been yesterday. Now unfortunately I'd used my ballot sticker for Little Downham, and then I hadn't really thought to use my super ballot. I just entered. I was entering after my accident, so I think I was a bit away with the fairies, to be quite honest. So we got waitlisted basically, and I was quite far down on the wait list. And after watching it for a week or so, we thought the likelihood of me getting in was getting quite slim. And then Donut went to Little Downham, and he got another double clear, which that paired with his double clear at Norton Disney at the start of the season meant that he had a regional qualification. So it kind of made sense to say, well, let's just take both. And he's still eligible because he hasn't got any points yet. So basically eligibility is you can't have any points before you qualify, and then if you qualify you can have up to 7 points. So if he were to qualify, that would be amazing. And if not, it's still a slightly harder track than a standard B100. So it's better than moving him into the 100 class, because we'll still have a little bit more of a challenging course to jump around. But it's not the novice, but we couldn't help that. The other option was to go to Solihull, but with Maggie doing the regional today, the day they were running the novice at Solihull was also today, and I haven't quite mastered being in 2 places at once, so that went out of the window quite quickly when we realised that. So anyway, we've got both in the regional 100 class, and I feel very privileged to have 2 horses at this level. I tried to get Donut to Frickley last year and he had quite a bad abscess. And he ended up going to Little Downham for his regional, and yeah, I've only really seemed to manage to do 1 horse at a time for regional qualifiers. And Maggie we've been saying is cursed and she's not meant to go to badminton, because every time I try to get her to a regionals we've had the health issues. So we're going to touch some wood now, and she's definitely not cursed. We're saying that as we touch the wood, and we're very excited for her finally to get to have a go at one. So yeah, I think that's you guys filled in. My plats are nearly done, and once they're done we will get travel gear on and we shall get on the road.
Not long ago you got heard someone did you wrong. I can see it in your eyes, it's like your fire is gone. Across your face, it is written across your face. If you wanna talk, I'm right here, not gonna leave your side. Just feel free to open up when the moment's right. Across your face, it is written across your face. If you wanna go out, we can go out. You can hide away just for one night. But if you wanna cry, just let it out. I'm by your side now. Just hold on a bit more, 'cause I know you only see the rain, not the rainbow. Deep down, I know you're strong. Give them hell, baby, prove them wrong. Just hold on a bit more, 'cause I know you only see the rain, not the rainbow. I know you'll get up again. Better stand up tall, I know you can be brave, brave, brave. I know you can be brave, brave, brave. I know it did you wrong, wish I could take your pain away. 'Cause I hate seeing tears streaming down your face. I know you're strong, won't feel this way for long, no. If you wanna go out, we can go out. You can hide away just for one night. But if you wanna cry, just let it out. I'm by your side now. Just hold on a bit more, 'cause I know you only see the rain, not the rainbow. Deep down, I know you're strong. Give them hell, baby, prove them wrong.
Nice already, Teddy, baby in bed. Bye, Mr. Man. Bye-bye.
He obviously feels quite safe.
I know you only see the rain, not the rainbow. Deep down, I know you're strong. Give them hell, baby, prove them wrong. Just hold on a bit more, 'cause I know you only see the rain, not the rainbow. I know you'll get up again. Better stand up tall, I know you can be brave, 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 brave. I know you can be brave, 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 brave. If you wanna go out, we can go out. Brave, brave, brave. You can hide away just for one night.
We have arrived. We've got 2 ponies out. Maggie will go back on the lorry in a minute. I've just been running around coordinating a few things for the prizes and the prize giving for the 3-day event here, because obviously I've been working with the sponsors for that to make sure everything runs smoothly there and is all advertised. Mum is on quartermark duty. Look at these beauties she's done on this side.
Yeah, let's show the other side.
Oh, I'm not getting the right angle. Beautiful. Although we have like a double point here.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to get rid of that.
Just
There you go.
I'll play. I'll have a go. Good boy. Quarter marks are now in and done, and I'm about to put his studs in. Good boy. Maggie says, "What about me?" Excuse me, guys. Good eggs. All of this stuff is from when Smart Grooming gifted me such an amazing kit for badminton. You never know, it might be lucky and get us back there one day. Just getting ready. I'm going to do a quick flash of the feet. Ooh, there we go. I've got them both taped up with kinesiology tape today, so I'll see how that goes in comparison to vet wrap. It's just a bit more streamlined, and well, as you can see, I'm currently stood on my recently sprained ankle, so I'm managing a lot better on it. It's just a challenge making sure my tape doesn't roll up under my socks because I've put it on in a hurry, so I've not really made sure it's stuck that well. Donut is on first, and his dressage is at 1. It's currently 12:05 now, as you can see on the clock up there. And yeah, feeling excited, seeing quite a lot of people I know, all nice people that I like, which has been nice, and recognising some faces from Badminton last time, which is quite cool. A belt on, and then I need to put my boots on. I trashed my competition boots when I had my accident. I seemed to bend the metal rod, sole, whatever. I didn't even know there was one in the boots. But they're basically, my right foot is like putting a high heel on with that boot, so they have died a death. But luckily I didn't get rid of my old black boots when I replaced them. I kept them as spares, so we're putting them on, but I do have to put like electrical tape round because the zip on this one's a bit gone, so it will slide down if it gets half the chance to, but that's fine, we can sort that out. I can tape it up, and they're still smart, they're just old, but that's fine.
Can go out, brave, brave, brave. We can hide away just for one night, brave, brave, brave. Just hold on a bit more, 'cause I know you only see the rain, not the rainbow. Deep down I know you're strong. Give them hell, baby, prove them wrong. Just hold on a bit more, 'cause I know you only see the rain, not the rainbow. I know you'll get up again. Baby, stand up tall. I know you can be brave, 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 brave. I know you can be brave, 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 brave. Brave, 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 brave. Brave, brave, brave.
Hello there, coming at you with a voiceover now. So Donnie's warming up, and I'm so thrilled with how his flat work is coming on now since I've started having our lessons with Amy. It's been really invaluable. I'm working really hard to keep improving on what we're doing. He's getting more rideable, his frame's getting more consistent, and I just think the whole thing's coming together a lot better. It's by no means the finished article, and you know, like occasionally I grab hold of my right rein and he doesn't like that, and there's a lot to think about while I'm doing it, but we're finally making progress, which is great news. And he's actually settling into doing his flat work as well and getting a little bit more relaxed as he goes, which is great because he used to be quite relaxed when I very, very first started competing him. And then he sort of learned what the eventing job was, and the fact that the dressage then led to doing much more exciting bits afterwards. And that's when he started getting quite tense in his test, because I think he sort of knew what to expect. I mean, here you can see we're warming up right next to the cross-country course. So that's literally, those trees behind me have the second water complex in it. So he's having to get used to it. So, and he is these days. So I'm just doing bits and bobs in the warm up just to get my legs on him. I'm working with a bit of medium trot. I've just done a bit of a leg yield, not a very good one, I'll say that myself, but they get better as you do more, and I managed to put more leg on him as we do more. He's still clumsy, he still falls over sometimes, but you know, that's donut for you there. And we're just doing bits and bobs, going sideways, transitions, forwards, backwards, and staying out the way of everybody else. And like I say, I'm very, very pleased with it. So heading on into our test, the arenas are always beautifully dressed for these regionals at Frickley, so there's plenty to look at. It's a real championship feel when you're going, and we're heading down the centre line. So I think Donut was first one in, so we were like, right, we're gonna come down the centre line and aim to impress. And to be fair, he did a very straight entry and a very nice centre line, and the judges rewarded us for it. The judge at A gave us an 8, and the judge at E gave us a 7, both saying active entry. So they're liking his activity and his energy, which is a massive improvement on when we rode this exact same test at Badminton, where the judges felt that we were underpowered. So that is really super. Massive thank you to the lovely person who sent us the extra videos as well. I really appreciate that. You guys have been sending me so many videos from competing, and I'm honestly so grateful. Thank you so much, because I don't expect it, but it's it really enhances the vlog for you guys, and it's really useful for me to be able to see as well, so thank you. So our circle and changed rein, we got 7s for it across the board, which is brilliant. And you can just see he's really settling into a lovely, soft, relaxed frame, quite flowy, quite loose in his frame and his way of going. So we then got a 7.5 for the trot round, and then a 6-7 for the circle. And yeah, we're sat on 7s and 7.5s, other than a 6.5 for the medium trot from one of the judges. But that's okay. We know that it's not amazing yet, but at least we're showing some difference. The walk transition, we were getting 7s. I'm just think all of this is good. And then the judge at E absolutely loved his free walk and his medium walk, so he was getting 8s for these, and you can see why. He's really stretching, he's over tracking, he's swinging, he's completely relaxed as he does it, like you can see by his ears flopping, and then he comes up really neatly into the medium walk, maybe a bit of a head lift in the trot transition, and then the canter transition's little tense, but honestly from what we've been doing previously, I remember when I was getting ready for Badminton, like I could not get that transition. I remember thinking, I am so going to fluff this at Badminton. And I was quite pleased with what he actually did at Badminton. But in comparison these days, it's 100% better again. So then we do a 20-metre circle and we do a give him retake, and he really holds his frame nicely. And I'm just trying to see that. So yeah, we got a 7 with nice showing of give and retake. And then you do a loop back to the track, where we got a 6.5 with lost energy crossing centre line, and we did. He nearly broke a little bit early, but I did catch him, so I was quite pleased with that. Then back up to canter on the right rein, and this is the rein I'd been really struggling with the canter transition, so it's not perfect, but it is definitely improving. And then we go on to do the circle again, and the give and retake, when we come to doing it, it has to be for a minimum of 3 strides. So like 1, 2, 3, so it's nice and clear. And I always feel like it's, as a rider, my arms never feel like they're long enough for the give and retake. I feel like I have to completely throw my body forwards, but at least we're making it nice and clear. And then he does this half 15-metre circle and loop back to the track really quite nicely. He's getting a lot more balanced with that, and he's managing to build up quite well. So it's just coming towards the end of the test, and like from a rider's perspective, I was starting to think I'm actually able to just focus on what's coming next rather than panicking on the way of going in the moment, because he's managing to consistently hold his frame and his way of going. So that's such a massive improvement, and I'm delighted to say he did another sub 30 dressage test and was sat on, I think he was on like a 28, so I was really chuffed with him. What a clever boy. Much improved on a lot of the tests we've been doing, and just great to start to get that consistency flowing in there. Just having my lunch. Good girl. Donut was a very good boy in his dressage. Maggie is getting ready to go. I'll get on her in 15 minutes. Just bringing her around to the other side of the lorry. Wearing my number bib that I got at Badminton. Yeah, good girl. And yeah, she was quite excited. I think she's simmered down a bit now, but she's certainly up for it. That's for sure. Just doing some tying with one hand. Right, that's her tied up. Good girl. You're looking all beautiful, aren't you? Have a look. And a crinkly tail. Nice plaits in. Good girl. All ready to go. All very noisy. And then I've got Donnie, good boy. I've just bought some little fans off of Amazon. I'll not leave it running while we're gone, but it's got little bendy legs, so I could attach it there. So you're keeping nice and cool, aren't you? Good boy. He says, I like the fan. He's good. Good lad. Right, time to tack up Miss Move.
Even when my teardrops start to dry, even when the sun begins to shine again, taking all the advice there is and none of it has helped. Experience has made me realize that I won't build my life on empty words. Being so damn naive, it only hurts. I'm so tired of love songs, life never turns out the way they do. I've been trying for so long, looking for someone who wants me to. I've heard every cliche there is and none of them makes sense. I'm so tired of love songs, I'm sick and tired of love songs. I'm so tired of you. Looking back on how I used to be, I always thought that love was made for me. Oh well, I was just as blue-eyed as the sky could ever be. Loving you has made me realize I'm so tired of love songs, life never turns out the way they do. I've been trying for so long, looking for someone who wants me to. I've heard every cliche there is and none of them makes sense. I'm so tired of love songs, I'm sick and tired of love songs. I'm so tired of you. I'm so tired of you. I'm so tired of you. I'm so tired of love songs, sick and tired of love songs. Even when my teardrops start to dry, and even when the sun begins to shine again.
Test number 2, please. Let's go. So we're going in with Maggie, and she showed some nice work around the edge and in the warm-up, although as I'm watching her go down this centre line, she just went a little bit long and strung out, but a reasonably straight centre line, it appears from the side. It's quite hard to watch from this angle, but it is also nice to get a fresh angle. And I'd just say her frame is looking nice in places, but then it's varying to going in and out of sort of the better frame as such. So she got a 7 for a centre line from the judge at A and a 6.5 from the judge at E. And then the change the rein with trot walk trot, we got a 7 from judge at A with a little bit more through. And you can see she's just I've had a 2 round, and I've been trying to get the happy medium where she's not 2 round. So we've now almost gone a little bit to the other way where she's not quite round enough and not through enough through her back. And I think that's really starting to be highlighted during this test. It's interesting because I was a bit disappointed with my score for this test, to be quite honest. And I remember thinking, what have I done? What's so wrong with it? And a lot of reflection back, and to be quite honest, I think I was trying too hard. I think that's the long and short of it. So it's a lovely test with some lovely moments, but we were sat throughout the test on sort of 7s and 6.5s from the judge at C, and 6.5s and 6s from the judge at E. Yes, maybe they were being a tad harsh in places. Maybe the judge at E was being a little bit reserved with the marks they were giving out, but by the same token, Maggie isn't through for this whole test. She's not completely correct. It's not consistent, and I think it was because I was trying to do too many things and sort of make it too wowzers and like look at me, rather than just focusing on the basics and getting a smooth, consistent test. That's my reflection on it, to be quite honest. And if I were voiceovering this straight after doing it, I'd have probably been like, oh, well, I think that was fairly okay, and I think this was fairly okay. But realistically, I've watched this test several times, and I just think there's mistakes here and there that shouldn't be made at this level. We should be more correct the whole time, and we do know better. But then I've been sort of, it's one of those things when you've been very good at something, and Maggie and I have been very good at this level of dressage, and then you feel like you've lost your mojo a little bit. It's very hard to try and get it back, because you actually know that you once had it there, and then to think, well, I had it, and what was I doing, and what can I do, and blah blah blah, you know, trying to reflect and find the way back. It's almost, I feel like it's in a slightly less resourceful state than I would have been in if I'd never had it, because I'd be like, right, well, let's try this. It's much easier to be the beginner than to sort of be the person who should know what they're doing and feels like they've forgotten what they're doing and is on their way back. So that's where I've been with it, and I've been doing a lot of work on it, and I'm hoping you'll see the improvement in future tests. But even so, Maggie was a very good girl. She tried very hard, but we got a 35.1, I think, was our end result. And I think realistically, with a slightly more liberal judge with the scores, it could have been better. It wasn't a terrible test, but by the same token, I know that I can improve on a lot. So that is what I'm hoping to do in the future.
Taking all the advice there is, and none of it has helped. I'm so tired of love songs, sick and tired of love songs. I'm so tired of you. Ooh, sick and tired of you. I'm so tired of love songs that never turns out the way they do. I've been trying for so long, looking for someone to help me through. I've heard every cliche there is, and none of them make sense. I'm so tired of love songs, sick and tired of love songs. I'm so tired of you.
So to start this competition, 1215, this is Evangeline Llewellyn-Smith with Darling Deluxe.
Just jumping in now with a voiceover. So as you can see, Maggie was jumping stunningly until now. And you can't really see the approach because this rider rides in front of Mom, so you can't really see what happens. So we're only able to go off what I think happens on how it felt. I obviously had a bit of a U-turn back on myself there, and I felt that I sort of killed the power too much around the turn, and what I did was I didn't put the power back in on approach to the fence, and then we met it on a half stride, and it was like an oxer into a one stride double, and Maggie always needs a bit of extra leg into a double anyway for her confidence, and I didn't put any leg on. I just sat there, and what you're about to see
is I put a bit more power on, but I get there again and don't do anything. I was just useless. So I popped my hand up and retired, because actually I thought, you know what, I've not helped her out. It's not been fair, and we're out of the competition at this stage. Let's go home and do a bit of training, a bit of practice, and build on it from there. Disappointing as it is, I don't want to dwell completely on the negatives. If you've been following Maggie's journey, you'll know how much she has gone through to get to this stage, and the fact that she was jumping like this on this day, I thought was amazing. I was so disappointed to let her down, but we'll have another day, and I am just delighted that she's ears pricked, keen to jump, absolutely springing off the floor, which is absolutely incredible. This course had been the same course for the 3-day event 100 class, and I watched it cause carnage before I went in, because I was first one in of the regional finals people, which also disrupted our warm-up, because we didn't know how long we'd be with the course walks and the prize giving and everything. And actually we managed to go in. She was jumping incredible, and she would not have touched a pole if I'd just not made that silly mistake. So it's all there to play for on another day, just not this day.
Yeah, that's the last time you saw this one. Was here doing the Briganti Cup at 80.
So you'll have seen we had a couple of rails down. Number 3, I think, was really unlucky. I think he just literally just touched it with his hind feet. Maybe I was slightly too forward into it. And then that second part of the double was going downhill. And even though I was sat in balance for, you know, like a horse like Maggie, for Donut, I probably needed to lean back more. And I think that's the long and short of it. But I was so chuffed with how he's jumping. I think his show jumping has come along so much more in the last few years. And yeah, I'm excited for the future with him. Okay, so I actually walked the course on the Friday because I was up at Frickley working with some clients. So this is backdated as such. I didn't walk it on the day. I didn't have enough gaps in the slots. So 1, 2, 3 fairly plain. 4 is a picture frame owl hole. Can't say I particularly like it. I've never jumped that fence until I went to Frickley this time round, and I was never sad about not jumping that fence because it's quite a big box and Maggie is a ducker, so wasn't feeling too excited about that, but didn't have to face it after our show jumping anyway. So yeah, the course is nice enough. I would be lying if I didn't say I was quite underwhelmed with it, to be honest. I've been used to Frickley's regional courses being pretty much a novice course, really beefy, really technical, lots to ride at. And to be quite honest, this was pretty much a 100 course, and a lot of it was pretty much what we jumped around the regional final for the 90 the previous years, other than some of the bigger hedges. So there says this fence with the big ditch in front of it, but realistically it should just be a let up fence, but watch this space. And there was a few bigger fences, but there was nothing that fun or exciting or that you went, oh my god, we've got to jump this. And it was pretty much shared with the 100. And if anything, for the first time ever, I've never thought this before, I actually felt that the course was a bit trappy, which is a bit of a shock. Anyway, moan over. It was a nice enough course, so let's go see how we fared. You can see with the beefier stuff, he was going amazing. Actually, before the hedge that you saw us jump before this combination, we'd actually been held on course because there'd been a faller. So that's the first time Donut's ever been held on course, but he got going quite well. What I found interesting was with the smaller fences, he seemed to be quite spooky and a bit lucky and a bit chipping in. And I don't know whether it's just because he's been used to running at a slightly higher level. I didn't particularly have this at Little Downham. He was fine at Little Downham, so I don't know whether it was maybe the course was a bit trappy or whether he was getting vibes from me. But if everything wasn't quite as smooth as normal, it wasn't bad by any manner of means, but it was almost a bit like suspicious. So I found that interesting, and I was just sort of going and monitoring it. And then this quite straightforward fence, you can see very, very uncharacteristically, Donut and I had a stop at it, and this is where I think I was probably a bit of a wet lettuce. Usually I would normally gather him up and bundle him up and say no, we're going over it anyway, even if he has a look. And I didn't quite catch it, so that's why I think I was maybe a little bit floppy and not that helpful. And then the other thing with this fence was actually that there was about 4 or 5 of us that all had problems. 3 eliminations, 1 faller, 2 lots of 3 refusals, and then 2 others with 1 stop, one of which being me. And it was all at the same time, so I don't know if the light looked funny, I'm not really sure. But it was very, very out of character for Donut. And what I decided to do after that was actually jump a few more fences to check that he was confident, and after the water just pull up and retire and save him for another day because there was no need. I just wanted to make sure that he was happy, confident, and I was like, well, we're out of the running, so we might as well just actually say thank you very much. Today wasn't our day. Let's go and regroup and do a different day after a little bit more practice. That wasn't how I envisaged Frickley going, and this is a long time after the event that I've waited to do this outro, because I was on the day I was just feeling really upset, really disappointed, really frustrated with myself actually, because I knew it was me who'd caused a lot of the trouble that day. So yeah, I've waited a little while to do this. I've actually waited until I've done another event so that I've sort of restored faith in myself. But realistically, I wanted to put this video out because I thought it was important to do. So basically what I think happened is I just didn't quite have my mindset in the right place. I wasn't able to get into the competition zone. You know, this isn't excuses. This is just me outlining what was going on during the event and the run up. So I had a lot of pressure, a lot of stress going on work wise and at home on the run up. And then I think I added extra pressure on top because actually I knew that I was in a fairly good sitting to be able to try and qualify for badminton with potentially both of them really. It's never been a goal to re-qualify donut for badminton. But the fact that we were going to the qualifier, like my head instantly goes, oh, try and qualify. And what I did know with him was that if we did qualify, we would probably have a much better shot at being much more competitive next year because our dressage and show jumping is so far improved in comparison to this time last year and even this time, well, not this time, even as we were heading to badminton, we've got so much more mileage and I just feel like I'm getting to grips with all of that. So we would have, if we'd qualified, would have been in a bit more of a better shout of being competitive rather than just rocking up for the experience. And obviously Maggie had good potential of being able to qualify, and actually I think I just got all a bit too in my head. Everything feels a little bit fuzzy around the edges when I get a bit like that, so I'm not able to focus as well. And there was points when I was focusing really well, and then there was points where my brain just went and froze. So I wasn't doing a huge amount useful to help the horses, which is ever so frustrating when you know that you can ride and do the job and everything. So yeah, that's what happened, I guess. And I've gone off and I've done the work on it, and I've gone and seen my mindset guy Mark, and we've chatted and I've done my homework, and then we've gone to another event, and lo and behold I can ride again, which is fantastic. And it's why not many, well, you will know if you like watch my stories on Instagram, because I do mention it a fair amount. I've been training as a hypnotherapist. Just on a complete and utter side note, my day-to-day job is I'm a marketing consultant, and I'm self-employed doing that, and I'm in a partnership with my mum at our business, and she does bookkeeping, I do marketing. So that's my day job. But for some reason this time last year I got the opportunity to see a prospectus on this course that I have been on now, and for whatever reason I just decided that it would be a good thing to do. I think I thought it would be good to add on to my teaching, because I help people with their confidence a lot and just try and do a whole all-round view of it. So I decided that, you know, why not, let's go do this course. And I found it so interesting and so helpful that yeah, once I've finished my exams and my case studies, which I need to do because I've been so busy. That's part of why I've been struggling lately. I've been so like stretched so thin lately, and it makes it difficult. But I'm getting to a better place. Once I manage to get my case studies and exams done, I will be qualified for that, and I can help support other people, because I think it's so important in riding. And I've spoken to a number of people on Instagram where they're like, they know that they can do better, but they don't know what's stopping them. And a lot of it can be sort of our mindset and subconscious. So it's really interesting. I've learnt so many skills with it, but even so, having done that course, I know the value of it because I go to somebody who supports me with it, and like with anything, you have to do your homework, you have to keep it up. And sometimes you'll be winning and going really well, and then all of a sudden life gets in the way, you don't keep up your homework, something else crops up, whatever, and you suddenly feel like you've gone down a bit of a slide, and you're down at the bottom and you're wanting to climb back up your ladder again with your game of snakes and ladders. What I'm getting at, I suppose, is even though I've gone and trained on this whole course and I know everything behind it and whatever, I still need the support myself from somebody else, and I still need to stop and do my bits of homework and stuff. So yeah, I came home from Frickley feeling quite deflated, like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I do this? Other people seem to go out and compete and manage it, and then look at me, I can barely get around a show jumping course some days, and it frustrates me even more. Like, it doesn't bother me when the horses have had an iffy, but, you know, that's life. It's frustrating. I've paid out money, done training, but I'm more bothered about figuring out what's wrong with the horses and getting that solved. But when it's me, when the horses feel amazing and like they could go and conquer the world, and then I know that like I'm freezing and I'm not helping them out and whatever, and I'm just not feeling it like I did at Frickley, that's what gets on my nerves, because I'm like, I want to do this. I'm the person, I'm the driving force behind this, putting all the money in, doing all the training, doing all the mucking out, researching the events, blah, 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 blah. And then I get there and I'm just like, can't do it. So that was the thing that frustrated me, and that's why I've waited so long to do this roundup as we're doing now, because actually I didn't want to speak about it in an emotional way. I wanted to have sort of processed and figured out where we are and done all of those bits and bobs before I chat to you guys. And I think it's important to put this out there and chat to you about it, because I'm sure there's other people out there that have experienced the same, are experiencing the same, or will experience the same at some point in your training, competing, or just life. Like, it doesn't have to be out eventing, it can be anything, going and doing an exam or whatever. So yeah, I guess it's just to say, happens to everybody, I assume. Certainly happens to me, and don't panic. Just make sure you've got a good support network and go from there, and it will get better for sure. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's beneficial, and I will be back very soon with another eventing vlog, because I have been eventing this last weekend. And please make sure to comment, like and subscribe, because it really helps me out, and I will see you soon.